Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are diving into a fundamental concept in React.js lifecycle method. Whether you are a beginner or looking to brush up your skills, understanding lifecycle method is crucial for managing the behavior of a component. So let's get started. So as you can see in the thumbnail, that what are the video topic today. So our video topic today is lifecycle method of React.js. So what are the lifecycle method? Lifecycle method are the special method in React that allow you to hook into different stages of component lifecycle, from its creation, updating, and finally to its removal. Understanding this method can help you control what happens at each stage. Let's look at some key lifecycle methods. Here you can see a three section of lifecycle method. First is the mounting. Mounting consists of constructor and get derived state from props, render method, and after componentDidMount method. In that, this is the mounting phase. Mounting phase is the phase in which all the component will be mounting on the DOM or attached to the DOM. Then we come to our updating phase. Updating phase are related to the updating of stage and the properties. So as you can see in this, we have also different type of phase available to us. For like it is updating related to props and states and force update also. Here you can see we have should component update, and after that we can call the render method. And after render the method, we have the componentDidUpdate, which will trigger when any state or property change inside a component. At last, we have a unmounting stage of component, which is the last stage of any component, which is the removal stage, to check that whether our component is removed from the DOM or not. Any component in the React.js should will undergo this lifecycle method. If it can be attached to a DOM, it will be a mounting phase. If they are property updated within a DOM, within a component related to the properties of the state, then it will be in the updating phase. And for the unmounting phase, when we want to remove that particular, or when we want to delete that particular component from the DOM, or if we have to remove that particular from the DOM, we will use the unmounting phase. Now, as we said, we will discuss three phases in this video. First is the componentDidMount method. As you can see, what are the componentDidMount method? It is the first of the mounting method. It is one of the method in the mounting phase. As you can see that what it consists of. This method is called once immediately after the component is inserted into the DOM. It is the perfect place for initializing things like network requests or setting up subscription. Actually, this component will run when your component is attached to the DOM. Okay, because it is run one time, so it will be displayed like componentDidMount. It will check whether your component is attached to the DOM or not. Next, we discuss the method of componentDidUpdate, which will check the update related to the state and properties of a component. So as you can see, that component this method is also called once. Now, and it is immediately after the component is inserted into the DOM. It is perfect place for initializing like network request or setting subscription. It is for the updating phases. Okay. Now, as you can see in the example, where you made the componentDidUpdate previous prop. It has the parameter of previous prop and previous state. It will check for the previous value on the previous state which you have, and it will call by componentDidUpdate. Then after that, you can render this method. Now, the last method was the componentWillUnmount, which will check whether your component will be removed from the DOM or not, like for the cleanup purposes. Now, as you can see, it is right before the component is removed from the DOM, or it can be destroyed. It is used for cleanup operations such as cancelling network request or removing event listener. As you can see in the example below, that we have used the componentWillUnmount entity for cleanup before the component is removed, and it will go componentWillUnmount, then the random method will be called. Now, you don't have to worry about these methods of lifecycle. I have created an interactive visual consist of this method so that you can easily understand how these methods are used in React lifecycle method. As now we are moved on to the coding cycle. In this, we will create a component which will show how the lifecycle method works. So let's move on to our Visual Studio Code. And here is my welcome page. Let's see what would be my welcome page. This is my welcome page. Here what you see. First of all, we build a lifecycle demo component, and then we will see how the component lifecycle method works. So first of all, we create a file called lifecycle demo method. Let me create lifecycle demo.js. For this, we create the class lifecycle demo extends component, and inside this we can create constructor. After that we can create super, and in this we can create the counter variable, so that the we want to create a variable keeping that value of 0. Okay, now here we can like this. Now inside this constructor we can control, we can log to be constructor, and here we can write that component is being constructed. After that we have method called componentDidMount. In this we can write componentDidMount. Component is to be added in the DOM. After that we can have method of componentDidUpdate. In this we have a parameter of previous, props and previous state. Inside this we can log as componentDidUpdate update component has been updated. For this we can log previous state as state and current state. Which is this dot state. After this we have another method for component which is willUnmount. So inside this we can log component willUnmount. Component is to be removed from the DOM. Inside this we have a render method. Inside this we have return statement, return. Inside render we can also write it as render method folder. Inside this we can try to build we can give a statement, and this we can take it as lifecycle demo method demo as title. Okay, inside this I can create a button. First of all we can also display a counter value, so we can take it as counter. Inside this we can take it as strong, and inside strong we can take as this dot state dot counter. And we have a button which can create counter increment on click. We can also class name this as button primary, button secondary. Okay, now on click we can give to increment, we have to increment the counter value. On click we can take it as increment. Now after that we can create a function with the name increment. On top of that we can increment this dot value, this dot set state, and counter will be this dot state dot counter plus 1. Now here are this lifecycle demo method complete. This is how you can see that our lifecycle method demo are complete. In this we have created the number of methods in the constructor. We have lifecycle method componentDidMount, componentDidUpdate, and that also given the method so that we can easily see how the method will be called while running this particular program. Now let's integrate this component in our app component. Now, as you can see that we have already built our lifecycle demo, so we have to call this in our app component, which is the parent component of our application. So let's display that lifecycle method, lifecycle demo, and we can implement, save it, and let's see what we see on the home page. We haven't changed something, so I think let me check what would be the reason why it is not being on our page. Increment is not defined. Okay, my issue, because increment this is not, it will be the issue of this dot increment will be called, because this is a class component we are using. So here you can see that our component load inside the let me uncomment this and we can work on more on that. So first of all, we can uncomment this, and now we want that now as you can see that our component is load inside our app component. Now we just I want to check that I want to load this particular component on the button click. So first let's build these things. So let's click, let's create a button. On button, after button we can create that. Let me also take the state to create a state for display showing the component, and we can take it as show component, and by default I will take it as values. Okay, now if the value, now if the component is this dot state dot show component values true, then it value will be seen. Okay, now for this, as you can see, this is currently being because our component, because the value is true, so it is already seen. Now let's display, see this value. Now we want this button to be on click, we want to load that particular component. So let this dot state dot show component will say hide, else will say show, and we will load lifecycle method, lifecycle. Okay, now as you can see, I can also give a class name to button, so that we can easily figure out, so that we can easily, the button can be visible, otherwise it will not visible in a proper way. So let's see. Yes, we get a hide lifecycle method component. We want lifecycle component, we will take it as component. Okay, take it as a component, and we can take it as in the capital letter hide and show. We have hide and cycle, but on hide it will not hiding, so we have to make the function of that on click. We have to make add toggle. We have to this dot, so that we can toggle in between show and hide toggle component. So inside this we can create a toggle component. Start this, we can start set state, and so that in order to toggle we must have a previous state, and for previous state we can take it as show component, and in this, and inside this component the previous component state dot show component. Okay, now let's see that we are able to load this in a true way. Then hide, this is, see how now our component is being hide by on button click. These are the functionality which are we looking for. So now this we have done in this way. Now we have all the, then we have also make the button hide and show. You can say when you click on hide, it will go, and it will also show the show lifecycle method. When you click on show, it will show the lifecycle method diamond count and click value. Now as we have completed, now we have to load that, refresh that, and now you can see that we have constructor called component will be a sub constructor, then render method will be called, then component mount is to be added in the DOM, and component is to be removed from the DOM. This is how the lifecycle method runs in each and every way. Now reload this. Now you can see, now when we click on increment counter, let's see which component will be called. When you click on counter, here you can change the render method will be called, and after that component did update, component has been updated. Why this component did update called? Because when you click on increment, the previous state of counter is 0 and the current state is 1. So here within a component or lifecycle demo, the component, the state value of component change within a component. That's why this particular component is called in this way. This is how when you click again, you will see how you will see the previous state as well as the current state. And the current state here you can see the counter for 4, and 4 is already visible there, and the previous value was 3. So here you can able to see 3. This is how the lifecycle method works in React.js lifecycle method in class component. And when you click also here, you can see the componentWillUnmount component is to be removed from the DOM. This is how the lifecycle method works in React.js. I hope you like this example. So to recap, we covered 3 important lifecycle methods: componentDidMount, componentDidUpdate, and componentWillUnmount in the coding example. These methods help you to manage your component behavior effectively at different stages of this lifecycle. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more React content. Thanks for watching and happy coding.